Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Whenever the chance presents itself to have these conversations with thousands of fans of Descendants of Zombies, it's a chance that I think everybody should take full advantage of, because you never seem to have enough chances to encourage people that this is going to happen. The thing is, there are so many people out there talking about the release window of Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland. The latest rumored date is July 16th through 17th. It will premiere on Disney Channel on July 16th. That will be a Thursday night, and then the following Friday night, less than 24 hours after the Disney Channel premiere happens, it will make a global premiere on Disney Plus, and that's when we'll see millions of watch hours, millions of views. In just 3 days, The Rise of Red accumulated over 6.7 million hours of watch time, and that's incredible for each and every one of you. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you've shown Descendants of Zombies. You guys do know that you're the reason why Descendants of Zombies happens the way it has, don't you? And if you don't, I think it's time for you to realize that, because I have shown a greater appreciation for every fan of Descendants of Zombies, because you are what makes this franchise so magical. So magical for me. While I can't speak for every fan of Descendants of Zombies, I truly appreciate every person who loves Descendants of Zombies with all their heart, because you guys make this so special. I never imagined that I would have had the honor of creating a YouTube channel that would become everybody's favorite, because there are thousands of people who capitalize forever and always on Descendants of Zombies' popularity. And they criticize the stars, and they feel a certain way. How this should have never happened. How that should have never happened. How this should have came to pass. How we should have never seen Descendants movies created past the trilogy. Believe you me, I've heard and I've seen it all. So the one thing that I wanted to do was give something special back to every little girl who ever believed in Descendants of Zombies, so that this channel could become a Northern Star. And what I mean by that, being a Northern Star, is I wanted to be that one guy that would always and forever say something nice about your favorite stars, however I had to do it. Create a YouTube channel with thousands of videos on them, encouraging you that there was hope for a story to be told that forever and always remained about your favorite stars, because nobody's story was ever told and completed in the Descendants of Zombies franchises. No matter who we were, we had a favorite character. We thought that character was undeniably beautiful. We thought that character had something special to offer through their messages and how the character was perceived and undoubtedly brought to life. And the friendship between Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker was the exemplification of that. That made this so special, because the thing that was so special about them were they were so close together. And it was so special for all of us to really witness, because we all took something special away from it. We saw the value in their friendship, how they were there for each other every step of the way, how they believed in each other more than anything else in the world. And that's what made it so special for me, having the chance to be a part of it. I didn't want to analyze it. I didn't want to criticize it. I just wanted to be a part of conversations that would be special to everybody. Because no matter who we are, we all have a special friend. Somebody we call every day for the rest of our lives. Someone who we feel close to. Someone we tell everything to. About a guy we may like. About something happening around us that oftentimes we can't make sense of. That they help us seemingly every single time to help us find our way out of darkness and back into the light. We all have this special friend who means the world to us, that we would sacrifice everything to forever and always remain friends with and to stay close with. And if you are somebody who feels that way about that one special friend that you have, probably your life is similar to the life of Bridget, where she only had one friend, and her friend was forever and always Ella. And why do you think that was? It was because Ella was the only friend that she ever realized that she needed. She would eventually make friends with Red and Chloe, but that's what made their friendship so special, is that they understood each other. And Bridget wanted to be friends with everybody, no matter who they were. She didn't judge anybody. She didn't criticize anybody. She never wanted to make anybody feel bad. She just wanted to overflow everybody with happiness in their heart. And how she did that was by casting magic spells on cupcakes. And to be honest with you guys, if I was walking through Oradell, I would definitely, or Ordon, I would want to take one of Bridget's cupcakes and eat them, because in all honesty, guys, the kindness that she had in her heart was truly special. It was something special that I took something special away from every single time that I ever reviewed the script and the characters, because she just offered something so unquestionably special to the Descendants franchise that no other character had ever offered before. It taught us the value of kindness and how much a profound impact kindness can really have on a person's heart, and how much further kindness can really take us. I really took something special away from Descendants of Zombies, and all I've ever wanted to do is experience it with you guys in a way that it was never experienced before. I wanted to review Descendants of Zombies in a way that we had never heard a critic review it before. I've been on YouTube for over 25 years. And in 25 years, I've experienced everything. I've seen the rise in popularity of some of the greatest boy bands of all time. Profound artists who've had some of the greatest careers, from Jessica Simpson to Hilary Duff to Ashley Tisdale to Miley Cyrus. I've been there and I've experienced everything. The rise in popularity of Hannah Montana, High School Musical, and Camp Rock for the profound success. And there's already a rumor about how Camp Rock is going to be joining the Descendants of Zombies cast for Leg 2 of the Worlds Collide Tour, slated for happening in late 2026, although that has yet to be confirmed. And I will have more news on this coming up today in some of my upcoming podcasts, which you guys can watch to see drop here on this YouTube channel, because every morning I'm running around this house with a headset on, doing the sound check, preparing everything, never knowing what I'm going to say each time I push record. But that's what makes these videos so magical, is that you never know what the guy hosting the show is about to say. So people, as a result of this, take away a greater appreciation for every video. And that's what makes every video so fun. And allows you to put yourself out there in a way that no other content creator ever does. You know, I've heard every critic say they're so excited about Camp Rock 3. They're thrilled Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland is going to happen in July of 2026. We can confirm for you that the month of its release will happen in July. We just don't know what the definite date is. They're saying anywhere between July 16th through 17th, although that has yet to be confirmed. But I really wish that when people said something about how they were so excited about Camp Rock 3 or Descendants 5, they would go more in depth. Because I think that's what allows you to take away a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies every single time. It's certainly what's allowed me to take away a greater appreciation for these franchises. Because if there ever was a guy who was so excited about Descendants of Zombies, it was this guy. And I saw something special in it. I saw how dedicated and how much in love you were with your favorite characters. Probably you had a guy who was a member of the cast you had the biggest crush on. I know because I've seen it. And I found time in appreciating that. And I found time in appreciating what you valued about it, from the music to the script to your favorite characters, who were incredibly beautiful. You know, the one thing I noticed about this 30-second teaser trailer was that people were saying that there wasn't much offered in the teaser trailer, but what we had to take time to appreciate were just how undoubtedly beautiful these characters were. In these still shots, the new hairdos for both Red and Chloe look outstanding. They look absolutely fantastic. It's truly breathtaking. Maybe it's because I have a lot of respect for people who are fans of Descendants of Zombies. Maybe it's because I have a lot of respect for them. But the one thing that I noticed and I took time to appreciate were how undoubtedly beautiful Red and Chloe actually were. And what makes it so much more beautiful is their friendship, because I think we've all drawn inspiration away from this friendship. It's really a beautiful friendship that I think everybody has taken something special away from, undoubtedly. You know, it may take you a while to figure out what the message of Descendants is, to figure out its kindness, to figure out it's about the value of friendship and just how precious time is. But once you eventually find out what the message of Descendants of Zombies, you just can't help but want to be a part of it. It's so magical. So I can understand why people would show up at these meet and greets and say to the cast members, do you think there's a chance that I could be a part of Descendants of Zombies? I think that's so adorable how people just want to be a part of this, because they want this to be a moment that lasts for forever. And that's why I've dedicated the rest of my life to ensuring that this will indeed last for forever. And you may be saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, you're my favorite YouTuber, but how are you going to ensure that this indeed lasts forever? I'll tell you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to upload videos about Descendants of Zombies every day for the rest of my life until the day I die, even if that's what that means. And I'll do it because I know there's somebody out there who loves Descendants of Zombies with all of their heart, who just wants to be given a reason to believe in this more than they ever have, to be given hope for a foreseeable future that they can see coming, regardless of how critics feel about it, regardless of how they've tried to make you feel about it, and how they've even tried to make Red and Chloe feel about it. I know Red and Chloe are fictional characters, but I've believed in their stories more than anybody else ever has. And I know it's very rare that you'll see a guy on YouTube talking about Descendants of Zombies and pouring his heart into the franchises, but I do it because I believe in them. And I've always had a greater appreciation for storytelling. Because if you don't have a story to tell, then what's the point of ever having Descendants of Zombies even exist? I think what makes a franchise so undoubtedly popular are the beautiful stories. I mean, what was the initial reason you fell in love with Camp Rock years ago? It's been over almost 20 years since Camp Rock premiered. It premiered in June of 2006. That was forever ago. And the thing was, in June of 2006, Disney was really at a high time in its Disney Channel programming lineup because you had some of its greatest stars. Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus, the Jonas Brothers, Selena Gomez, who was one of my all-time favorites. I could never give Selena Gomez enough credit for how beautiful she was. She was a beautiful person, and I just want to take this time to say thank you, Selena, for your contributions. And thank you to every girl who was a part of that generation because you offered something so beautiful that was truly undeniable to that generation. It made me a fan of that generation, and if I could go back in time to relive it all over again, I most certainly would. Just like I would take myself up on the chance to go back in time to save Bridget's character, to bring her back to have something to do with present-day Wonderland so she could serve cupcakes to every participant in the Kingdom Cup Games finding their way to Oregon. We can't forget about the Kingdom Cup Games that are happening in Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland because I think we're all going to take something special away from this. Regardless of who comes out victorious on the winning end of the Kingdom Cup Games, it's going to create even more storylines. And it will set us up for Descendants 6 because there will be a Descendants 6. Don't ever quit on your hopes and dreams about there being a Descendants 6 and saying this is the last hurrah because it's never going to be the last hurrah if I have anything to say about it. The thing is, no matter who we are, we've always wanted to see this story move forward. We've wanted to progress into the future, but the thing is, we've never ever wanted to say goodbye because we've all taken away a favorite character that we wish could have lasted forever as a part of the script. No matter if they were Mal, Evie, whoever they were, we wanted something special to happen for these characters for what felt like forever, and we wanted them to be a part of the story for forever. And believe you me, if I was a script writer or I was the head of Disney, I would make sure that these stars would come back to reprise their role and they were kept happy. The one thing I would do if I was the director and the creative head of Disney is make sure that they were happy and they were having smiles on their faces every day, because I think that's of extreme rarity in this generation, is how stars are made happy. I would do everything in my power to give them what they wanted just to make them happy for you guys, because I know how much they mean to each and every one of you, and every single time that I ever put a piece of paper to a pencil, I would say, okay, what can I do for these 10 million girls who love Descendants of Zombies with all of their heart to bring this story to life more than ever before? Because there are 10 million of you whose hearts beat because of Descendants and Zombies. So because your hearts beat for Descendants and Zombies, the least we can do as creative writers and journalists is give you something to believe in. And believe you me, that's all I've ever wanted to be a part of. I don't know when Descendants 5 Book of Wonderland is going to drop. It's expected to drop anywhere between July 16th through 17th. And I have never felt more honored to be a part of this on this really snowy day. I can't see out through my window. But you know what's so beautiful about this really snowy day? It looks like Airedale outside. I can't go out, but I can use this time to create videos about Descendants of Zombies all throughout this Sunday, and we can say something special together about Descendants of Zombies. We can give people hope for that foreseeable future. That's what's so magical about these videos and separates these videos from everybody else, because while people will choose to criticize Descendants of Zombies without ever giving it much of a chance, we can talk about this in a way that it deserves to be talked about at just after 10 after 9 in the morning. And I know that's really early to record your thoughts on Descendants of Zombies. I'm just waking up. I had a gas down like breakfast from Beauty and the Beast, 6 dozen eggs. But I mean, what do you expect me to do? Go on an empty stomach? The thing is, we've got to really spread the message of Descendants of Zombies, and we've got to give people more of a reason to believe in this than ever before. And I know that sometimes my predictions of a zombie apocalypse and how an alien invasion could happen at any given moment are really far out there. But that's what makes these videos so special, is that you can tell your stories about how you were a fan of watching alien abduction shows, and you were made a believer out there more than anybody else ever was. Because I went through a phase where I thought everything that I saw on TV was real. And I'm still going through that. I missed the 1990s. I hear Kylie Control talking about the 1990s all the time. And just this morning I woke up to listening to Michael Jackson's Beat It, which was one of the greatest songs that Michael Jackson ever wrote. It was a beautiful music video. It started Michael Jackson's career off in such a profound way to allow him to go on to become one of the most iconic pop rockers of all time. I remember in 1993 having my first copy of Michael Jackson's album, and I felt so honored to be a part of it, to have the chance to experience that generation, to witness the rise in popularity of bands like the Backstreet Boys, when you would tune into a countdown show every night just to see if the Backstreet Boys were occupying the top spot on the charts. It was such a huge honor for me, and I would relive these honors time and time again because it was a generation that I felt so honored to grow up around. So I wanted to construct a time machine just to have the chance to take Kylie Control back in time to give her a chance to experience this. And while that may never happen for me, the thing is, I've always wanted Kylie Control to know that she is a special person, and undoubtedly she has offered something special to Descendants of Zombies. She's given us a reason to believe in more hope than ever before. She is such a fearless girl. She is forever strong, and she believes in herself. And we need to continue to make Kylie Control to believe in herself more than ever before, because how else is she supposed to bring this character to life? I would love to take myself up in the opportunity to sit down with these cast members individually just to get to know them for who they are as people. Because I think if you take Kylie Control's ability as a singer, not just as the character Red, because we've heard the versions of these songs sang through, Red's perspective. I think if you take these songs from Descendants and you write them from Kylie Control's perspective and get her to sing these songs as Kylie herself, these songs will be far more beautiful and people would take something special away from them every single time. I remember when I heard the song Boot Up from Kylie Control, this was a while ago, I think this was in 2024 when this song dropped, a couple of months after The Rise of Red, and Kylie Control was promoting her EP. I think the EP actually came before The Rise of Red. I could be incorrect about that, but I do remember hearing the song Boot Up, and I remember hearing Kylie Control's vocals on that song being really beautiful. They were incredible. My breath was taken away. I was left at a loss for words. So I got to thinking as the months passed and I heard the songs from The Rise of Red, what if Kylie Control sang these songs as Kylie? What if we had more of a chance to get to know Kylie for the person she is and really understood Kylie for how she felt about men and how they treated her, and which was really unfair. And that's one of the biggest reasons why I got behind Kylie, was because of how she was being treated. I think that every girl is different, and I've always believed that no matter what a girl's opinion is, a girl just wants to make everybody around her that she surrounds herself with happy. And I mean, we really can't take that away from them. We can't come down hard on them. I think that more guys should be understanding about how a girl feels. And I think if more guys were understanding about how a girl felt, in Kylie Control's case, she would be better off. Because Kylie Control deserves someone special, as we all do, and I think we can give her more of a reason to believe and trust in people more than perhaps ever before. Because the thing is about Kylie's really just too young, and she's figuring out a place in the world. So while she's figuring out a place in the world, we can be supportive of that. And we can come together and we can create something special for every fan of Descendants of Zombies to give them a reason to believe in this franchise more than ever before. And I have felt more than honored to have the chance to be a part of that with each and every one of you. No matter from where you hear my voice or you're watching this show, just know that I have hope for that future for Descendants of Zombies and for all of you. And I believe in all of you with all of my heart. You guys are the greatest fans of all time, and however you feel about Descendants of Zombies, you are open to feel that way. And I think because freedom is an expression, we have the right to use it. And we all have voices, so we should never be afraid to let the world know how we truly feel about Descendants of Zombies, because people feel ever more passionate about these franchises. So what do you say we give them more of a reason to believe in these franchises than perhaps ever before? I would be more than honored to share in these moments with each and every one of you. I would be more than honored to have the honor of creating something special for every fan of Descendants of Zombies, because no matter who we are, we've all taken something special away from it. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. I will have more to say about this throughout today, and keep watching for those podcasts to drop, because I love sharing with you my story about how I became a fan of Descendants of Zombies, how I forever and always taken something special away from fairy tales and their characters, because for every hero there had to be a villain, and for every villain there had to be a hero to ride off into the sunset with that magical princess. Because no matter who we are, as a fan of Disney, we all have a dream of being a Disney princess, and I think that no girl should ever have that right taken away from her. And I've just wanted to instill that in every video that I had the honor to create. And for those of you who have come along with me on this incredible journey for a very long time, thank you so much for having been with me from the very first video that was ever uploaded here, and thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time. I've got a lot of people crying out there today. Thank you so much for allowing me the chance to have touched your heart and have made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel. It has been my profound honor. And we will keep this conversation going for forever, because I'm going to create Descendants and Zombies videos for the rest of my life. So hold up. We've still got a long way to go, and this journey is far from over, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that this keeps happening for you in such a magical way. If you have not subscribed, you're probably going to want to go ahead and get that out of the way, because we have so much to get to this morning. And I am so excited to be a part of that with each and every one of you. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button, to hit that like button. And I know I got to say that, but I got to encourage people to hit that subscribe button, because that's the only hope that I got. That some girl out there is going to say, hey, Jonathan Clarke, you are my favorite YouTuber when it comes to Descendants of Zombies. Well, if you feel that way, I would be more than honored for you to hit my subscribe button and to join me on this incredible journey. Come along for an unforgettable thrill ride as we explore Descendants of Zombies the way that it's forever and always been meant to be explored, and to be honored because it's your favorite franchise. Thank you so much for having made this your favorite Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel of all time when it comes to it, and thank you so much for having watched this video.